Okay. What is this? The 10th movie I've seen this in the past 3 weeks? I've been busy.
Clearly.
And oh my god, what a way to go for the last movie in week 3. Gone Girl. Okay, I'm willing to bet how this movie happened.
We're both in agreement on this.
We're both in agreement on this. Is that at some point during the making of Side Effects, David Fincher was in charge of directing, and he looked at the script and he goes, "What is this ending? What? She's a lesbian now? I don't like that at all." So then he quit and made Gone Girl because it's the same movie. It's kind of the same movie, or at least structurally, it's kind of the same movie. It's a very good movie. I want to point that out right now. It is a very, very good movie. Because it is a David Fincher film, and again, not including Aliens 3, and Benjamin Button, depending on who you ask. But,
really?
Yeah, I've heard a few people didn't like Benjamin Button, but...
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, this is a very, very, very good movie. I was surprised because I was really worried about it in the first half of it, and then it turns out it was all completely intentional. I was like, that was brilliant.
Yep.
Like, that's kind of like the pacing for like the first half is brilliant. Just perfect. And then like there's one major complaint, one minor complaint, is mostly because I just got tired of seeing it. Because the movie, like, this movie's really blowing up right now. A lot of people are saying a lot of saying about this, about that. I've heard some people say like this is a commentary on long-term relationships. My first thought to that is, what the fuck kind of relationship have you been in? Because this is beyond fucked up.
Yeah. I was thinking it was also kind of a commentary in the way that
I felt it's more
on sensationalist news.
Yeah, that's what I got more out of it. Like, the more sensationalist news coverage and how people are so easily willing to condemn without knowing the full story.
Yeah.
Which in this case, no one would believe anyway.
Yeah.
This is one of those reviews. I'm only going to spoil as much as necessary to go over some stuff because...
here's the biggest spoiler. Tyler Perry was actually good! That one thing you said, you never thought you'd say the day where
I never thought I'd see the day when Tyler Perry would come in to save the day, and it would be a good thing. Because he's actually very good in this. But okay, Tyler Perry, your acting's fine. You can be a good actor. Just stop writing shit, and I'll be happy. Stop writing, directing shit, and stop dressing in drag. I'm sorry, I don't want to make this a Tyler Perry rant. I'll probably have 2 of those next year. Or later this year. I don't know, I might sneak in another Christmas movie. Thank God we missed that last year. When I heard of Medea Christmas. Because, thank God we missed it.
Yeah, Temptation was bad enough,
Because
right?
I'm pretty sure that's why Chris quit. Because he didn't want to do Medea Christmas. Because hey Chris, we gotta see on Christmas. Fuck you. And that was it.
Alright, let's get back to the review.
Okay, so Gone Girl. Oh, I don't even know where to fucking start in this movie.
Okay, basically right off the bat, it starts off with Ben Affleck's Nick Dunn. His wife is missing after he basically goes to see his sister, who helps run the bar that he owns.
Yep, it plays board games apparently, which is never brought up again. It's kind of weird. I just realized that. But anyway, go ahead.
So when he gets back, the house is not really ransacked, but it's definitely been disturbed.
Yeah, like you saw, like the table flipped
which actually does play an important point.
I'm gonna give away big. You can kind of predict the plot twist. It's one of those things. I caught it pretty much right away.
Yeah, same here. It's like
the extent of it surprised me, and that's why I thought it was like, okay, that's actually really, really clever. Because, by the way, if it's a really good movie, you don't want anything spoiled, stop right now. But anyway, so the movie starts out like the movie plays out like there's this whole side plot, like narration done by the actress. What was her name again?
Rosamund Pike.
What was her character name?
Ann Dunn.
Ann Dunn. It's call her crazy psycho bitch. Easy to remember. But anyway, Ann Dunn, or the hell her name is doing this narration of how, like, of her diary and how she met Ben Affleck, her husband, and their big love story, which as the movie goes forward in the first half, slowly gets darker and darker until he's an abuser, he's a horrible human being. He's a horrible human being anyway, and the movie acknowledges that, which I really liked. But it's played out like it's this increasing horror story.
Well, it's not really I mean, yeah, he's done some bad things, but it's like at the same point, you do also realize that a lot of the stuff that they make you believe is BS.
Oh yeah, like it, and that I thought that was really clever. So it has this twisted story of like love that turns into physical abuse, and I was really
Yeah, it's like, so he's not a monster, he's just a dick.
yeah, pretty much. I was like,
that's how you build him up to make him more likable, which they
it's like,
actually,
well, it could be worse.
yeah. Which they actually did kind of acknowledge in the movie as well.
Yeah. So,
Wow, this movie's a lot more meta than I realized.
right. But anyway, I was really worried at first because all the flashback scenes were like this really kind of fairy tale stuff. The dialogue felt really like it's trying to be really witty, and it felt forced and it felt weird. It was like, where is this? And like the whole first 30 minutes so felt really kind of off-putting and very kind of forced, like, why? And it turns out that was all completely intentional, and I thought that was very clever. Because like it does the same thing as side effects do. Halfway through, it completely changes into a different movie.
Yeah.
Not as good as the second story in Side Effects. I thought that was better because that's when Jude Law to start fucking with people.
Yeah.
Now it's Tyler Perry fucking with people. Not as good. Not as good. It was still good, but anyway. So it turns out this is all one giant elaborate frame-up to get everyone to believe that Ben Affleck killed his wife after he started cheating on her with what Aaron basically calls a teenager. With "come on me tits." It's their words, not mine. Not my words. That is what they use.
I can back this up, man.
Because if avid watchers of this know I have never used those words in that line. That phrasing.
God, the writing in this movie was so fantastic.
Like the entire second act, like the third act was like a really fucking dark comedy.
Yeah.
It was great. There's some really funny lines in here.
Oh, yeah, like, what was it? Because, yeah, half the time this movie is, like, making it very obvious, like, how things don't add up. Like, what was it? The final words in the diary is, like, this man may kill me. When they address this in the movie...
It's such a great throwaway line. We were the only two that laughed. We were the only two left that joke, and it was such a good line.
Yeah, it's like, so it's like, this man may... So, these are your wife's final words. This man may kill me. That seems kind of like a convenient end note.
Says Ben Affleck, who at this point has figured everything out. Yeah. He knows his wife is fucking with her, which makes you wonder why they didn't take the stuff out of the woodshed. But, you know, it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I was thinking about that too. Then again, there were news vans everywhere at that point, so it was
That's true. That's true. So that could have drawn more attention than wanted. Like I said, that's always much more a commentary on, at least that's what I got out of it, of like what you're saying. What do you call it? Just basically...
basically just how major news networks kind of spin... What did I say? Was it mass media appeal?
Something like that. Anyway,
basically,
it's like how we all blow everything up on the news, like gossip columns, all that shit. It's like the same thing the Hunger Games did, minus like the Smurf hair.
Because there's a character in here who's basically a not so subtle reference to Nancy Grace, like...
And apparently that's all they fucking watch.
Yeah.
Because, okay, here's my thing. If you watch Fox News or that shit, fine. I don't give a crap. But here's the thing. Apparently, everyone, regardless of what city they're in, and they go everywhere, everyone watches a show called Elliot Abbott, or something like that.
Ellen Abbott.
Ellen Abbott, something like that. And just that white trash... gossipy nonsense that no one would actually believe. It's like that stupid gossip. I'm going on a long rant here, I apologize.
Well, plus, I mean, let's face it, if people didn't believe it, Fox News wouldn't be on the air.
Well, yeah, but we also know it's like you watch Fox News, okay, your opinion is immediately gone, kind of thing.
Yeah, but of course, you see plenty of people who, say these stupid things, like when they're saying, Nick Dunn and his sister Margot Dunn were very close to incest.
and then, well, here's my problem with that, though. It's like, there's no other source of news, apparently. Because, they only go on
to... There was NBC.
Apparently no one watches that shit. But apparently I'll watch this fucking woman because she's on the airports, in the cafes, in the bars, on every fucking home in fucking Missouri has this fucking woman on there. Even in New York, she keeps popping up. I was like, oh my god, do you not have any other news network? No wonder everyone's so easy to just castrate this man.
In the near distant future where Fox News runs the world. Oh, God.
That sounds like a Tarantino concept.
I'm thinking of Demolition Man now. Like, there was a franchise war, and somehow Ellen Abbott just, like, for the most part, won it, and there's only, like, one other person who seems to be, like, up against it.
Like, that was my big issue with the movie. Because it kept popping up. They kept using it over and over again. That was like, I really had an issue with that. Because, like, you can only show one other news, and they do. But even then, it's only
one time.
But it's clearly just a plot device. And then they go the more consistently used plot device, which is fucking Ellen Abbott. Hate this bitch. By the time this movie was done, I was like, really? Can we go to ABC, please? Or BBC even? I don't care. Apparently his news has gone global, so it'll probably be on BBC. They just be really fucking neutral about it. Hello, welcome to BBC. He may or may not have killed her. We don't know. Back to you, Ellen.
Oh, the neutral planet. Do you think she's telling the truth? All I know is my gut says maybe.
You see my wife, tell her hello. Okay, so it turns out it's all one gigantic frame up, and this woman is just a complete fucking psychopath.
Sociopath, actually.
Same thing.
No, there actually is a subtle difference.
Very, very subtle. Now,
a psychopath is driven by extreme emotions. Sociopath is more or less subtler on emotions, just doesn't give a shit about right or wrong. That's
actually not really true.
Really?
No. I've talked to several psychologists about this. They all pretty much say they're the same thing, different name.
Never mind.
It's all part of antisocial personality disorder. That's a whole nother topic.
Okay. But, well, now I know.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I. That's where you're supposed to go with me in that. G.I. Joe!
American hero. Oh. You're supposed to keep that going on longer.
Hey, you left me high and dry there 5 seconds ago, so...
Fair enough.
Just like this movie, Karma's a bitch.
What are you talking about? Well, major spoiler. Okay, we'll get to this later, actually, because let's just say Karma is not a bitch, because...
well, in the end, very no, but up to that point, you know, it was...
No, not even the end.
The whole Neil Patrick Harris thing? I kind of expected the movie to end around that point, to be honest. I thought that was going to be the big twist. But anyway, like I said, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, because... So basically, halfway through, Ben Affleck finds out that he's being set up. The wife basically tries to hide out and get ready to kill herself to complete the framing job.
Well, it changes her mind and starts hanging out with two hillbilly people.
Well, no, she's going to.
She changed her mind because she takes off the post-it note that says kill self on her calendar.
All right, because there wasn't much reason to do it because he was basically being shanghaied.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, I thought that meant she was about to or something, but no, that makes sense.
No, she was really going to, but then, like, when the mini-golf thing came up, and she's like, I was going to, but then I said, fuck it, let him drown. And then she gets robbed by two hillbilly rednecks who discover she has a big wad of cash.
Yeah.
And then, okay, before we get this part, it's worth noting that around this time, Ben Affleck has gone to Tyler Perry, who plays a big-time lawyer, who's the only one that believes his nonsense story, and immediately starts laughing. Immediately. This is kind of when the black comedy starts around this time.
No pun intended.
Fucking really.
I don't know why.
That not even crossed my mind, you fucking racist. But Tyler Perry, no less. The only black man I know of who is actually racist against his own people. Yeah. I'm sorry, I've watched enough Tyler Perry movies to validate this. And my friend Ron, who's in the team, agrees with me on this. Like, alright, because, like,
Stay on the review. Stay on the review.
Sorry, you one that made the joke about Tyler Perry. Alright, you unleashed this shit. It's all your fault.
I'm such a dick.
It's like there's
But I'm still better than Pat.
At least not, yeah.
See? I calm you down by making you think of worse things.
Because all I'm thinking is like, well, if there's a Mount Rushmore of great directors, there's... That fucking line still pisses me off.
Oh, God. Sorry, now I'm thinking of the other... Okay, sorry, back to the review.
So...
The funny thing is, like, eventually, she actually starts to warm back up to Nick after,
A little bit, but even that's only after, like,
Yeah. No, it's like, that's what I was getting to, because oh yeah, sorry, I skipped a step. So basically, after she gets robbed, she goes to Neil Patrick Harris's character, who used to stalk her way back when.
Okay, let me elaborate that a little, because that's what I was building up to the Tyler
Sorry.
Perry thing, for you rudely cut me
Oh,
off.
sorry. Continue.
But basically, it turns out this is not the first person that this woman has done this to. It's in, like, there's 2 other people she dated that she's made up horrible story. Well, one person that she made up a horrible story about, the other one turned out to be true.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was kind of a clever twist. The first was this guy who, like, she for some reason decided to set up that she was raping her for some reason. I think it's because she tried to distance himself from her, and she went psycho, and then basically ruined his life forever.
Yeah.
And then the second guy, played by Neil Patrick Harris, and by the way, really refreshing to see Neil Patrick Harris in a serious role. It does a really fucking good job at it, too.
Yeah.
He's fucking terrifying. You don't find that out.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's like,
it's so... Like, it's very subtle. It's like, the parts of the movie that are great are so slowly built. Like, in the first act of the movie, the part where, like, it starts out with, like, it looks like Ben Affleck is more just dumb and kind of out there than actually, like, a wife beater or any of that. Like, and then it slowly builds up. The image of who he is slowly changes. Oddly enough, kind of like how his view changes in the media. And then by the time you realize, like, you have this horrible image of who Ben Affleck is before the twist is revealed, and it's like, oh my god, how much of that was complete horseshit?
Yeah.
And then I immediately make all the Pixie Fairy dialogue and all that stuff actually makes a lot more sense. And it's like, oh, that is amazing. That is brilliant. And then it kind of takes a few steps back. The pacing kind of trying to figure out what to do with itself.
Because this thing kind of tried to do the whole, I can't even think right now, dramatic irony route, in which basically, instead of dragging out the entire way, keeping us guessing, they kind of reveal it partway through and kind of have Nick still kind of in the dark, but we're obviously more illuminated. Basically kind of going the Hitchcock route. There we go.
Yeah. That's kind of like Psycho effect, where like the main character changes halfway through.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of thinking more North by Northwest.
I never saw North by Northwest.
Yeah. Well, basically, it's like North by Northwest. They reveal the whole picture halfway through. Mm. Whereas with Psycho, that one they still.
That's true. They just still kept the mystery up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So, after you kind of assume that the story about Neil Patrick Harris was also made up by this woman, until you find out it's not.
Yeah.
Because apparently this guy is just super mega rich. I don't know if we ever find out what he does, but he basically takes her to his lake house, or whatever it is, and says, I want you to be exactly the way you were before. I'm not letting you get away again. But he's like so... like, trying to be charming, and he's really fucking creepy. And it's like...
basically, this is what Barney Stinson would be like in real life.
Yeah. Basically. And it's just like, it's really disturbing, but and you don't expect it, but it doesn't feel forced either. Like I said, it's a really good performance by Neil Patrick Harris. It is very subtle.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, props to you. And then, of course... she fucks him over, too. Literally and figuratively.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, thank you, movie, for making me see both Neil Patrick Harris and Ben Affleck's penis. Thank you for never getting...
They did show those?
Yes, they did.
I'm good at not seeing things! Yeah!
They did, and now I can never get it out of my mind. Because they show Neil Patrick's right after the...
oh, yeah.
So,
no, that's right. I'm just like... the moment I saw it, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna tilt my head this way.
And to be fair, we did get college girls... come on me tits. It's...
This movie has something for everybody.
2 penises and 2 giant boobs. Seems to match the quota. This review is gonna be weird. For those of you watching this, be very careful when your girlfriend walks in the room when you're watching this. Just so, yeah, we got 2 penises and come on me tits. It's a party. Hey, at least it's going the Game of Thrones route, something for everybody.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the story. Ben Affleck basically starts to spin the story in his favor by, coming out.
Yeah, like
About-
he's learning how
Yeah.
to... Because he's about to go on an interview with this woman named Sharon something.
Yeah.
That Tyler Perry's character sets up.
Yeah, and literally at the same time that he goes in this interview, his mistress, was it
Adele or something like that? Something with an A.
Addie?
Something like that. It doesn't really matter. But
She basically kind of reveals the thing at the same time, so...
he's like, oh shit, how do we do this?
Yeah.
And then Ben Affleck is like, calm down. I got this.
This feels like a subtle nod to him being Batman.
A little bit, yeah. No, that was when he's doing the chin thing.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you look like a supervillain. How about now? He's Batman!
Yeah, it's nothing. And the girl puts on glasses. She's fucking Supergirl. Because she puts on glasses and like a bonnet, and like no one recognizes her.
Yeah.
Oh, except the redneck girl kind of figures it out.
Yeah.
But she doesn't say. She basically says, "I don't care. I just want your money."
Pretty much.
But then she comes up with this big elaborate scheme to get away from Neil Patrick Harris. I'm not gonna spoil how, because it's really fucked up.
Yeah, well, you kind of hinted at it earlier.
I did, but yeah, you probably even then
Yeah.
the way I described it is not gonna reveal all of it. Trust
Yeah.
me.
But she used this as an opportunity. Yeah, we should also mention that after that interview, she kind of got the hots for Affleck again.
Yeah, that she more fakes. Oh yeah, because
she straight up said it's
it's
just
like,
like,
that's the you I want kind of thing.
yeah,
And,
it's like I want this relationship to be built on lies and hatred.
yeah, that's like the third act of the movie. Again, I'm not gonna spoil how the movie ends. It does not end well.
Yeah, let's just say, unlike Side Effects,
This one does not have a happy ending. No.
yeah, like it does. And there, the message of marriage definitely comes into effect, you could say.
Yeah, even then, this is not a good example of what I would take to marriage to be.
Well, more basically a very dark look at how just like the ones that are just together for the sake for being together for like all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, that's like saying American Psycho is a good view on politicians.
How would that be about politicians?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is like here they kind of show, because you hear about these ideas like the marriages that are like together for like there's some.
Yeah, except one's a fucking psychopath. Like, that ruins the whole argument right there.
Yeah, regardless, I'm not saying that, obviously, this is taken to an extreme.
I'm just saying Dexter would go, dude, tone it down.
But regardless, I can see what they're getting at in terms of, like, the idea of just people, just kind of being together for all the wrong reasons. Like, you hear of plenty of these things where it's like, they're not together because, they love each other, they're because they're married.
I mean, I get where you're going with that, but even then, it's kind of a cliff note at the end of the movie. Like, the commentary on the news outlets is way better than the comment on
I agree.
Yeah, like, that's done really fucking well. And, like, I admit I'm not the best at capturing themes. Like,
kind of reminded me of The Hunt. Although that was
in
more
one
about
way. That was more of a community thing.
Yeah, that was more about the mob mentality, but it's just in that idea of people just kind of like leaving to conclude. Yeah, never mind.
It's like this one's much more in the overall
about
national public perception
much.
for both the people. That's why he doesn't leave her at the end for reasons I'm not going to give away. But even though he wants to, there's a great little part where just Ben Affleck just loses his shit and just throws her against a fucking wall.
And he
drops the word even I don't use.
Yeah.
Unless it's about Tammy.
But basically, the funny thing is, like, at that point, he basically becomes the man that she built him up to be with that final act.
True. And so, yeah, there's like a lot of subtext, a lot of stuff you can read into. I kind of go back to, if you're really using this as like an examination of long-term relationships, I would re-examine your long-term relationship because you got some problems, man.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this movie just, I think, what was that? Oh, yeah. It was a Neil Patrick scene where, like, after it was over, the woman behind just says, Jesus.
And then the other one behind is going, she's a psychopath. I'm just like, we were both laughing. It was just like, just because it was just, the one, the Jesus one is out of nowhere. The me, I was laughing. The other one behind us because I was just like, really? You got that right now?
The people behind us were weird. I mean, like this is the part you missed because you went to go get food. But after you left, the people behind me, one of the guys just started talking about giraffe balls and how majestic and magical they were. I'm not making this up. And he goes, you don't know where all the spots are. I kind of wish mine had those on there. I am not making any of this up. And I'm sitting there like, oh dear God. And he keeps going on about it too. Just starts out like, giraffe balls, how they're magnificent and majestic, and they're amazing. I'm scared of all the animals except giraffes and the giraffe balls. And I can't make this up. I'm not that
They
creative.
bring me comfort when I...
And then after that, I guess like, I don't know, I guess it's making his friends uncomfortable. And like he kept going, it's like, okay, so if we go with silence or a serious conversation, your choice. And no one would answer, so he kept saying, silence or serious conversation, choice. He'd say it like 3 times before I finally snapped and go, silence is perfectly okay. And I turned back around, and all of his friends just burst out laughing.
Oh, that is awesome.
So that's what happened while you were getting your fucking hot dog. Oh, God. So, I don't want this movie to end on draft balls, so what else can we say about this?
Despite what you may have seen from the trailers, this is surprisingly a very darkly funny movie.
It is, like I said, the last half of the second half, second act, and...
Yeah, that's when the humor picks up. Well, even then they had a few moments in the beginning, just like...
Oh, there's that great part when the wife comes back.
Yes!
And she's covered in blood because she's had this big frame-up thing, and she wobbles up to her husband, and she bounces over him, and that Affleck goes in and he goes,
yeah,
you crazy fuck.
No. Oh. Yeah, just... You fucking
bitch.
Did you like the Gone with the Wind?
Yes, and it's fucking great. There's like, you would not expect that from this movie.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, you see his facial expressions, like, oh no. Don't fall for it. No, no, yeah, you stayed smart.
Fucking bitch. If that line isn't used, Superman versus Batman, or Batman versus Superman, whatever they're calling it. But that's a really funny line.
Yeah.
There's a few good ones like that. Oh, there's also the detective characters too. Yeah. The one who like actually kind of starts to smell the bullshit. It's been like diaries is a little too convenient for her. Meanwhile, like her cop escort / partner thing was just like, oh no, he's guilty, man. He's guilty. Yeah. Like, I hate him. He goes to jail right now. He talks like that too. The point where it's like, okay, dude, you're a fucking cop. How about you actually, with a detective no less, how about a little dignity? And not jumping to fucking conclusions. Again, it's part of the commentary of like social social understandings and like news outlets and stuff like that. And it works from that side. At that point, that was the one character I thought was a little over the top, especially when you have them directly offering loopholes and counter like. There's a part where after they rescue her, and she goes to the hospital, and she's trying to tell her story, but the detective is starting to poke holes in her story. Yeah. And she's coming up with worse and worse excuses of why that is. Any detective worth his salt would have picked up on that. Yeah. But then they're outside, and the douchebag cop is hanging with Ben Affleck, the other douchebag. Yeah. And says on the lens like, He killed her with a... Ben Affleck leans over and goes, he killed her with a box cutter. How could he get a box cutter in there if she was tied up? And he just goes...
Can't you just be happy your wife's alive?
So it's like, you're just not going to address this shit. Okay. But, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things, like... I don't know. It's one of those things from an FBI standpoint. I mean, the audience know that it's all bullshit. But from the same aspect, looking at their perspective, would you really be the one... to actually say, hey, Mace Lane's wrong here? Yeah. So, I gotta get that. Yeah.
So, I guess our final notes then trailers?
Yeah, this is a really good movie. I really needed this after yesterday with Left Behind. I needed this shit.
I'd say, you definitely brought up a good, a couple moments where, like, the fact that they only seem to watch one report. I didn't mind the cop because, they always have to have, like, that one weird, over-the-top character from what I've seen.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, the news, I thought the news media kind of already covered that already. You didn't need the cop to reinforce that.
For me, it was a little weird seeing how, like, it went from super serious to having, like, a lot of dark humor, kind of like these strange moments. Like, thankfully they did it well.
Yeah, like, the tone shift isn't too abrupt.
Yeah, but, like, it nagged me at first, but, like, I got over just because they did such a damn good job of the humor and, the mystery.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like, we both agree that it's a little too long. They probably could have shaved, like, 10, 20 minutes off it.
Basically, it's the same thing that Fincher did with Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, is that
you just didn't really know when to stop.
Yeah. The ending was just...
It just kind of ends.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have, like, a no final note. Well, it does have a final note, but it's just kind of just a... and then just abruptly just ends like that, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Well, for me, it's just the fact that it did feel like there was some 10 minutes worth of filler in that epilogue.
There was quite a few bits. Like, you could have cut that. You could have filled that out. I mean, there's some great shots of when the wife comes back and she's clearly trying to convince Ben Affleck that she's okay now and she's the loving wife again, but
Yeah.
he's just having none of it.
Yeah.
And that stuff was great. Because there's a part where he's literally like, after he tucks her to bed and she's going, you can come in anytime you want. And he's like, I'm good.
It's just like,
I'm good.
Good night. Just
night.
walks off,
Walks
locks
off.
his door, and it's like,
And she's
has
there
his
with the cat. Like, almost like she's waiting to come in so he can say, we've been expecting you.
Yeah.
That kind of made me chuckle because like the evil, scheming Ben Affleck. But then there's
Then he covers his chin and he doesn't.
and there's a part when she tucks him into bed, and he's there like,
Yeah.
oh, well, this is weird.
I have to expect to make some more comments, just like, please go. But, yeah, overall, this is definitely a really well done movie.
No, it's definitely, I highly recommend this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, especially right now, it's easily the best movie in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
And trust me, I've seen just about all of them.
Yeah, I'd say the only other really good movie out right now that I should see again is Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's all right. That's still in theaters. Like, that's the movie I almost walked out of Tusk to just walk next door and go watch Guardians instead because they were both playing at the same time. I could have
Yeah.
easily done it, but
Then I would have had to rat you out for theater hopping.
I call your bluff. Who else is gonna see these movies with you?
My girlfriend?
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm gonna frame you now.
Yeah.
You'll be hearing from Tyler Perry,
No one wants that.
but he's not gonna be the fun lawyer. He's gonna be Medea. There's your sequel, folks. All right. So yeah, really good movie. I highly recommend it.
Medea.
God, Medea. Oh fuck, that's gonna be his next movie.
All right, so I guess now to the trailers.
Oh, God. All right. So yeah, we got Interstellar again.
Yeah.
I keep hearing this movie's gonna be mindfuck, so I'm really curious. But
Yeah.
do you have
Christopher
any...
Nolan hasn't let me down in his directorial duties yet.
So far, yeah. So I'll still go see it. I haven't liked Christopher Nolan, so I'll go see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, from what I've heard, the script is still mindfuck, and yeah. So
Even. No, wait, I can't say even more so than Inception, because that was actually a very easy movie to follow.
it was.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 or 3 times to understand what the fuck they were all saying all the time.
I got it right away.
Well, yippee-doo for you, Skippy. I just know the comedy humor sketch where it's just like, well, why can't it be simple? Because simple is bad! From like everyone else.
Yeah.
Then we got Fury, which is the tank movie with Brad Pitt and Shia LaBeouf, who probably dies because he only appears like one scene in this trailer.
Yeah. And Shane from Walking Dead.
Probably also dies. I don't think I saw
Yeah.
him once too. It's like dead. You busted 2 scenes in the trailer. He's okay.
Yeah. That one guy who was in Training Day, God. Suddenly forgot his name. Damn.
No, it doesn't matter. I don't know. It looks okay. It looks promising.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard the best things about it, but I'm still curious to see it.
Yeah, so it doesn't look horrible.
Yeah.
Now, this next trailer was great. This is like one of the best teasers I've seen in a long time. American Sniper.
Yes!
Like, this is a movie, like, one teaser, I'm like, sold. I am so in.
They basically just showed an entire scene. And
Like, and
just
that was a brilliant way to do it. Because, like, we're not going to tell you what the movie's about. We're going to show you one scene. Only one scene. And we're not going to tell you how it ends.
Yeah.
See you in theaters, folks.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper is a sniper.
He's directed by Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I mean, Clint Eastwood kind of has a hit and miss record with his movies, doesn't he?
Yeah. But I feel like this one might be a good return to form, hopefully.
I mean, it has Bradley Cooper, and I like Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
So it's like, you hate horror movies aside, he is a legitimately very good actor who's really proved himself lately.
Oh, yeah.
In between, like, American Hustle and Silver Linings Playbook. By the way, it's been a while since I've seen a good David Russell movie. But,
It's because he hasn't made another one yet.
I know, I'm waiting for it. I love David Russell. But, probably will also have Bradley Cooper in that one, too. Maybe
Yeah.
Louis C.K. if we're lucky. That'd be awesome. But anyway, yeah, Bradley Cooper, I'm totally in for that. I want to go see that. It's like, fuck it, now I gotta know.
Yeah.
Because just go look up the trailer. It's great. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say anything. Just go watch it. So yeah, Gone Girl. Go see it. it's
Oh, yeah.
it's unbelievably fucked up and also hilarious, weirdly. But yeah, go see it.
that was the biggest twist of it all.
So it's like, hey, this is actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Crazy fucking bitch. And they even had the music with that too. That was the best part.
No, what was the line that Tyler Perry, just like...
I was like, you two are the most fucked up couple I have ever seen.
Yeah. I really mean it. You are fucked up.
Oh my god. It's like, to be fair on Tyler Perry's part, if I was a lawyer and someone came to me with that story, I'd be like, fuck, I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great. Just to see how it goes.
Yeah. I'm getting paid.
Me? That being said, I would just probably charge them.
Yeah.
I need money too. Which reminds me, like and share these videos. Because I need money as a college student.
Yeah. We all do.
Yeah, so anyway, I think we're done here. So, what we got next week? We got Dracula.
Oh, didn't that come out today?
Technically it comes out today as we're recording this, but we'll get to it next week.
And hopefully John Wick.
Maybe John Wick, yeah. Hopefully I can get to that.
Yay, free tickets!
I know, a good Keanu Reeves movie? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's got... I'm shocked.
Oh, The Judge comes out today, too. That Robert Downey Jr. movie.
Ooh, Kill the Messenger!
Is that out?
Yeah!
Who's in that one again? Oh, Jerry Renner?
Yeah. That's one about the Nicaraguan drug war? I didn't realize! He wrote those articles here in San Jose... Was it here?
Oh, yeah. I remember that. It's been so long since I've seen that trailer.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. What else comes out? The Judge. Oh, and Alexander and the... I hate the name of this movie. And the terrible, horrible, no good something day.
Yeah.
I heard it was actually better than expected.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things.
And Addicted, which I think I remember we saw the trailer for it once. We were just kind of laughing at it.
Probably just skip that one. We'll probably just focus on that. We'll probably focus on Alexander, Dracula, and the
John
Judge.
Wick.
Oh, John Wick and the Judge. But those are three primary ones. John Wick I'll make if I can. But,
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's it, folks. So see you all in another 4-movie week. God damn it.
At least, yeah.
So much of my money's going to these fucking tickets.
As I said, at least John Wick will be free.
At least there's that, yeah. So one free movie. So thank God.
And unlike As Above, So Below, this one won't be a waste of our time, hopefully.
Maybe as long as I don't do another lap around my car again, we'll be good. So yeah, that's all we got.
Oh, that was such a great moment. All right, good night, everybody.
Hold on a sec. You want to say hi?
Nah, let's just...
Running Man!